Hello everyone, my name is Reflexive Loop. Today I am not just representing a comparison video between two countries, I am presenting the story of two nations that started their journey together in 1947 but chose different paths. On one side, a nation that focused on democracy, development and long-term vision. On the other, a nation that continues to struggle with instability, economic dependence and internal conflict as well. Let's understand what made the difference. In 1947, the subcontinent was divided under the Partition of India. The boundaries, known as Radcliffe Line, separated India and Pakistan, creating West Pakistan and East Pakistan. This division was not just geographical, it was emotional, political, and deeply human. The partition triggered one of the largest and most violent migrations in human history. It is estimated that around 34 lakh people lost their lives. Families were torn apart, identities were questioned, and humanity suffered. What you see here is not just a truck carrying people, it is carrying fear, uncertainty, and survival. Millions crossed border overnight, leaving behind homes, memories, and everything they owned. Despite this tragic beginning, India chose a path of rebuilding, from poverty to struggle to progress and global recognition. This journey was not easy, but the direction, it was clear. After independence, India remained unified while Pakistan existed in two parts, West and East. This geographical separation would later play a crucial role in shaping its future. In 1971, East Pakistan separated and became Bangladesh. This event highlighted internal instability and governance challenges within Pakistan. According to projections by International Monetary Fund, India is expected to grow at around 6.3%, making it one of the fastest growing major economies in the world. This reflects strong economic fundamentals and long-term policy planning. In contrast, Pakistan has relied on multiple IMF bailouts program from 1958 to 2026. This indicates recurring economic stress and dependence on external financial support. From infrastructure to digital growth, from cities to connectivity, India has transformed itself into a rising global power. To truly understand this difference, we must ask a deeper question. What did India do so differently? What choices shaped its growth while another nation continues to struggle? The answer lies in these six key pillars: democracy, economic reforms, education, IT revolution, infrastructure, space and science. Democracy, as we see, India is a true democracy, whereas Pakistan is run majorly by Pakistani army. Economic reforms, we have seen economic reforms in 1991. Education, this is the primary focus of our government. We have seen then they have built many IIT, IIMs. IIT refers to Indian Institute of Technology, IIM means Indian Institute of Management. And IT revolution, we have seen India become the major IT hub of the whole world. Infrastructure, you have seen India holds major Guinness Book of World Records as well in building road and infrastructure. Space and science, India is the first country to land on the south pole of moon, and it's the, I guess, fourth nation in the whole world to land on moon. So these are not just words, they are the decisions that shaped our nation. Constitution and Parliament. India adopted its constitution in 1950, establishing itself as the world's largest democracy. Institutions like Parliament ensured continuity, accountability, and stability. This foundation played a crucial role in long-term development. Now moving to next slide. We have to understand the challenges on other side. Let's look at the statements made by the key leadership figures themselves. These are not opinions, these are the recorded statements. Let's listen to them.
पाकिस्तान की कहानी अपने बच्चों को जो है आपने जरूर सुनानी है ताकि वो पाकिस्तान की कहानी ना भूलें. Well, our forefathers they thought that we are different from the Hindus in every possible aspect of life. Our religion is different, our customs are different, our traditions are different, our thoughts are different, our ambitions are different. That was the foundation of the two-nation theory that was laid there. That we are two nations. We are not one nation. So because of that, our forefathers, they struggled, mounted that incessant struggle to create this country. Our forefathers, they have sacrificed immensely. And we have sacrificed a lot for the creation of this country.
These statements reflect internal complexities related to security governance and ideological direction. I am not here to question why some army general is discriminating Hindus in open social gathering, but I am here to put this in front of you to judge the difference between Indian army and Pakistan armies through process of how they perceive the qualities and their thoughts. Bear with me to watch those other confessions from their supreme leaderships. Mind it, these are the confessions from their ex-prime minister and retired army general. And later we'll listen something from Indian army as well.
When you talk about the militant groups, they still have about 30 to 40,000 armed people who have been trained and in some sort of a theater who fought either in Afghanistan, maybe in Kashmir. Created these jihadi groups in the 80s. We had indoctrinated them in the idea of jihad. That foreign occupation in Afghanistan, it was a religious duty to fight them. So all these groups, including Al-Qaeda, had arrived in Pakistan. And not only that, there were linkages between these groups and the Pakistani security forces, because they had created them.
The things cooled down then, and now again the same thing is...
You do admit, sir, that Pakistan has had a long history of backing and supporting and training and funding these terrorist organizations.
Well, we have been doing this dirty work for the United States for about 3 decades, and West, including Britain.
So that's your argument, that even though...
No, that was a mistake, and we suffered for that. And that is why you are saying this to me. If we had not joined the war against Soviet Union and later on the war after 9/11, this Pakistan's track record, was not, unimpeachable track record.
Defense Minister, I just want to get back to this particular incident.
Personally, इसलिए confused है कि Hafiz Saeed house arrest है, Zakir Lakwi on bail है, he's one hearing away from going back to jail, ठीक है? और हम इधर confused हैं कि यार ये बंदा clearly बताया ना हमें former president हैं कि यार बच्चों ये बंदा freedom fighter है या नहीं है, कुछ और चीज़।
ओके, मैं थोड़ा सा मुझे 2-3 मिनट दो ना। इशू देखो, माहौल इधर 1979 से बहुत तब्दील होता चला रहा है। एक रिलीजियस मिलिटेंसी हमने पाकिस्तान के हक में यहाँ इंट्रोड्यूस की सोवियट्स को निकालने के लिए। ठीक है। हम मुजाहिदीन लाए पूरी दुनिया से, हमने तालिबान को ट्रेन किया, उन्हें वेपन्स दिए, उनको अंदर भेजा, वो हमारे हीरो थे। ठीक है। ये जो हक्कानी है, हीरो है हमारा जी, ठीक है, 80s का हीरो है, बिल्कुल। ओसामा बिन लादेन हमारा हीरो था, CIA का भी था शायद। यस, ये ज़वाहिरी हमारा हीरो था। तो माहौल अलग था, अब माहौल तब्दील हो गया, अब वो हीरो जो है वो विलेन बन गए। ठीक है। अब आप 90s को लें, कश्मीर की, अब आप क्योंकि हाफिज सईद वगैरह की बात कर रहे हैं, देखें वहाँ एक फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल स्टार्ट हुई कश्मीर में, 1990 में शुरू हुई। वो उनको मारा गया बुरी तरह से, इंडियन आर्मी ने मारा, वो भागकर पाकिस्तान आ गए। अब पाकिस्तान में फिर उनको हीरो रिसेप्शन दी गई, उनकी बिल्कुल ट्रेनिंग भी होती थी और हम उनके सपोर्ट में थे कि ये मुजाहिदीन हैं जो इंडियन आर्मी से लड़ेंगे अपने हकूक के लिए। यहाँ फिर ये लश्कर तैयबा वगैरह बनी, बहुत सी 10-12 और भी बनी, वो हमारे हीरो थे जी। वो इनको अपने भाइयों बहनों को कश्मीर में अपनी जान के ऊपर खेल करके जाकर लड़ रहे थे या तो अब देखो ना, नाउ इसीलिए मैं कहता हूँ इसको पूरे को समझना चाहिए।
समझ गया,
ये कि आज ये विलन है तो इनको मारो पकड़ के।
तो इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ ना जन साहब कि वे कंफ्यूज्ड
नाउ अब माहौल जो है, क्योंकि ये टेररिज्म ये कन्वर्ट हो गया है टेररिज्म में। ये रिलीजियस मिलिटेंसी जो पहले एक मुजाहिदीन एक्टिविटी, एक पॉजिटिव उसका इम्पैक्ट था,
नैरेटिव दुनिया में बदल गया।
अब वो दुनिया में भी बदल गया, यहाँ भी। ये हमारे यहाँ बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट कर रहे हैं, हमें मार रहे हैं, हम ही लोगों को मार रहे हैं, और उनमें इन्हीं के लोग मुलव्वस हो गए। तो इसलिए ये नेगेटिव हो गया। तो इस वक्त इनको बिल्कुल कंट्रोल करना चाहिए और बंद करना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम खुद इफेक्टेड हैं, हम खुद विक्टिम हैं इनके।
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि हाफिज सईद को और लखवी को बंद करना चाहिए?
नो कमेंट्स ऑन दैट, नो कमेंट्स ऑन दैट।
Now, on the other side, narratives are shaped around identity and division. Here, leaders like Upendra Dwivedi speaks about peace, prosperity, diplomacy, and security. Different narratives, different priorities, and different outcomes.
We've been talking about Viksit Bharat for 2047. The government has set very ambitious goals, and I understand security is going to be a key part of it. What is India's strategic vision for 2047 on defense and security?
Ms. Palki, firstly, when we talk about prosperous nation at the rate of 2047, I think two prefixes are very important: progressive and peaceful. And moment you add this, the net security provided happens to be the Indian Army. When I'm saying all the three services all together, we become very important. So therefore, when we talk about the national security strategy, or we talk about the dime, I think T has suddenly got added on itself, because that has become very important, what we saw recently. So first of all, as far as the national security apparatus is concerned, there we play a very important role, because as a security assurer, we need to have the capability of war fighting on both the fronts. And if we have the war fighting capability, then only it means that we'll act as a deterrence. As for the internal security is concerned, you are aware that what's happening on the western side, on the eastern side, and we are adequately poised to take care of that. Also in terms of HADR and other things, we are doing our job. Now what more is emerging is the gray zone. And after Doklam, what has happened, we realize that there is something gray zone which is existing. From self-denial, we move to now self-realization. Now is the time we have to work more on this, because it's not only the land, it is the so many domains which are working in that we need to take care of. So we need to harmonize in the gray zone also. Now this is as far as the national security apparatus is concerned. Atmanirbharta we have already discussed, I would not like to cover that. Then we also need to look into defense diplomacy. Now defense diplomacy, we can play a very, very important role. Soft power we are, the way we are. Defense exports we can encourage in a big way. Then best practices of the host country. We exchange our training teams, we exchange our training teams and other exercises what we are carrying out, and we find that a lot of experience can be gained from each sides. Also, there are a lot many the military narratives which are required to be synergized in terms of so many, if I can say, the regulations and resolutions which are passed in the UN, where we need to sit together. UN peacekeeping force. Now I'll give you the example of resolution number 1235, which talks about women empowerment. Now that is something we have recently had a great discussion with Japan. We are having with other countries also. And we are one of those countries where 5 female engagement teams have been deployed. So this is as far as the diplomacy is concerned. Now, as far as the nation building is concerned, I think there is no end to the list which I can start on and on: environment conservation, women empowerment, infrastructure development, and sports, national integration. So there are a lot many things which we are doing in nation building. I'll just to give it a small kind of a summing up point on this issue is, when I carried out a discussion on Ladakh itself, we realized the army brings on the platter more money than the tourists bring on the platter for Ladakh. So wherever we are deployed, the local economy gets a big boost. If the J&K today is sustaining itself on its own, the military plays a very, very pivotal role in that.
This image raises a serious concern. Is Hafiz Abdul Rauf, also known as Abdul Rauf, a UN-US sanctioned Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist and the brother of Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. When individuals like him, who's a terrorist, are seen close proximity to state structures like the Pakistani army, it raises serious concern about their policy and intent. There's a saying, policies that support instability externally often create challenges internally. The consequences eventually return to the source. Now let's move to the another slide and watch this video.
My plan is that I will be pilot and I'll help everyone. Pilot.
Yeah, he's a pilot. Great. You see, this is the spirit. We love Pakistan.
My pledge to my country is that when I will grow up, I will be the scientist like Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, who helped Pakistan in making the nuclear power.
Inshallah, we have a bright future. We have here students who are going to make Pakistan a great nuclear nation.
When I will grow up, I will be army and save Pakistan and destroy India.
Strong army, wow, great!
When such narratives reach even the younger generation, it shows us how deeply rooted these issues can become. This is not just about present, it is about shaping the future mindset. Anyways, let's move to the next slide. This video is classical. Statements like these highlight the level of geopolitical tension in the region. They remind us how important responsible leadership and diplomacy are in maintaining peace. Can you imagine the idiocracy of their leadership in saying that they will attack India if US attacks Pakistan? I mean, I don't see the logic behind it. But you can't expect much from these paper tigers. Anyways.
अगर अमेरिका ने पाकिस्तान पे कोई हमला कर दिया, हमारे तो अगर हमारे न्यूक्लियर रेंज में नहीं भी अमेरिका, लेट्स से अगर हम खलीजी ममालिक में जो है उनके अड्डों तक भी नहीं पहुंच सकते या हम इसराइल पे भी हमला नहीं कर सकते, हमारे लिए क्या वाइज रास्ता होगा आपके ख्याल में? इंडिया हमने तो देखिए और कुछ नहीं करना। हमने तो अगर हमारी रेंज वहाँ ना भी हुई और अब हम पे कुछ किसी ने बुरी नज़र से देखा तो हमने तो बगैर सोचे समझे भारत पे, मुंबई पे अटैक कर देना है, न्यू दिल्ली पे कर देना है, हमने तो छोड़ना नहीं है।
सही।
हाँ, देखी जाएगी बाद में, छोड़ना चाहिए भी नहीं। अगर हमारे पास और कोई रास्ता नहीं होगा, अगर अमेरिका हमारे कोई हमला करता है, जो कि नामुमकिनात में से मैं फिर वही कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये बात जान लेनी चाहिए तमाम दुनिया को कि अगर खुदा ना खासा पाकिस्तान पे किसी ने बुरी आंख से निकाल डाली, इस वक्त हमारी रेंज में अमेरिका भी नहीं और ना इसराइल है, लेकिन अगर कोई सूरत हाल ऐसी डेवलप होती है तो पाकिस्तान के पास और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होगा कि वो भारत में जहाँ उसका दिल चाहता है हमला करेंगे।